Hello everyone! I must say that when developing the second generation of the crossover, the Japanese took into account most of the congenital element characteristics of the predecessor car. Conductive, so to speak, and massive work on the box. For example, soundproofing has become much more effective. True, those who drove premium cars before Mazda still prefer to install an additional Shumka. But as you know, there are no comrades for the taste and color. Everyone chooses for themselves. The cabin also has a modified box armrest, which is much stronger and more monumental in appearance compared to the one that was equipped with the first-generation car. But the flimsy mechanism for holding mirrors remained on the dealer list as a #1 problem. It's all about the cheap plastic gear, which wears out over time and paralyzes the entire assembly. And most often this happens in the winter after washing the car. To shed life on the mirror mechanism, servicemen recommend turning off the folding function for a while until the car is completely dry. The design itself is quite expensive, but mechanics have learned how to repay the assembly for quite sane money. There are also complaints about the daytime running lights burning out. As a rule, they are replaced under warranty for free. Owners of the CX-5, bought new in the cabin, will also not cost anything to replace the upholstery on the steering wheel and gear lever due to premature wear. Although this is rather a consequence of the excessive loyalty of the Japanese, who follow the lead of overly demanding and capricious customers. But even especially demanding owners cannot make their claims to motors, for the simple reason that they simply do not exist. Innovative gasoline force made using Skyactiv technology have proven to be very reliable. However, the reverse side of the coin can be called the exactness to the quality of fuel and oil. In this case, it is necessary to constantly monitor the level of liquid lubricant, since Skyactiv motors use oil for waste, and its deficiency can lead to a breakdown of the unit. But if the level starts to increase, then it's time to sound a double alarm. This usually happens at very low mileage in winter, when the engine does not have time to warm up, and then burnt fuel flows down the cylinder walls into the crankcase. The volume of the oil then increases, and its properties deteriorate. If there is more oil in the crankcase on the dipstick, and it smells of gasoline from its depths, do not panic. Do not rush to call a tow truck. In this case, you just need to spend a couple of hours on the highway at 3,000 to 4,000 revolutions per minute. The thermal regime of the engine will be set at operating temperature, and gasoline will begin to evaporate, and the quality of the oil will be restored. Based on the experience of operating these units on the previous generation model, we can say that after 50 to 80,000 kilometers, the gaskets of the valve and front covers may lose their tightness. Approximately at the same run, the drive belt, which changes along with the roller, can fail. It rarely withstands more than 60,000. By the way, the 2.5-liter engine is noticeably more loyal to our gasoline and is not as capricious as the 2-liter one due to the lower compression ratio, 13 instead of 14. In general, good and timely care, high-quality gasoline, not lower than 95th, and motor oil is a guarantee that the engine of your car will serve faithfully without repair for many years. But the 6-speed manual does not need as much maintenance as the engine. The oil in it is filled for the entire service life, although mechanics advise updating it every 90,000 kilometers. On the car of the previous generation, in the mechanics, the synchronizers of the second and third gears wore out prematurely. On the current generation of the crossover, such problems have not yet been. The automatic transmission is also reliable, although single replacements of the expensive unit under warranty for the CX-5 still took place. In order to extend the life of automatic transmission, it is prescribed to change the transmission fluid in them every 50 to 70,000 kilometers, and together with the filter. Indeed, with normal maintenance and high-quality oil, the box can last up to 300,000 kilometers. If you neglect these simple rules and practice a Tom driving style with sharp starts and braking, then the bugs, of course, will not stand it. And the repairs at the dealer will pull on a six-figure sum. In all-wheel drive transmission, transfer case seals may leak by 80,000 to 120,000 kilometers. Although in this state you can drive another 50,000 kilometers, but at the same time constantly monitor the level of liquid lubricant. Oil-seized cars a penny, but the work of replacing them will be by no means cheap. The clutch is afraid of overheating, which usually occurs due to long sleeping in the mud or in a snowdrift. Therefore, in order not to get a lot of money for repairs, it is better to avoid forays into difficult off-road conditions. And the key to the longevity of the transmission is the regular replacement of oil in the clutch, gearboxes and Mazda. The suspension on second-generation crossovers has not yet bothered. True, there were cases of updating the front wheel bearings, which are assembled with the hub. The brake discs are also not durable, although two replacement pads easily withstand. On the previous generation CX-5, the discs were more vulnerable. Apparently, the Japanese took into account the criticism and changed the supplier. The steering rack has also become more reliable, getting rid of congenital source. Even if it fails, it can always be repaired inexpensively. As you can see, there are not so many faults in the Mazda CX-5. High reliability is achieved by proven technical solutions. No turbocharged engines and innovative, but problematic and expensive robots to repair. You can choose a modification with any of the two motors and two gearboxes, but preference is still better to give more recent specimens. If you have or had such a model, share information about what and how it breaks in the comments.